write your name at the top of his list. And the Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. And the eagle will fly, and it's gonna be here. I brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
It's time for Veterans Issues, the show that brings you information about veterans, military, and their family. Now here's your host, Ken Rollins.
Welcome to Veterans Issues. Appreciate you tuning in this week. Today we're going to talk to some Marines. We're going to talk about Toys for Tot. I got Dave Grice and I've got Dan Long. You get you a pen. Stay where you are. Be right back. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. I'm still Ken Rollins, and we're going to talk today about Toys for Tots and Young Marines. And I've got Dan Long for the Young Marines and Dave Grice, Toys for Tots. Welcome to the show, Dan. Good to see you, brother.
Thank you, Ken.
Dave, good to see you, brother.
It's good to be here.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, Dan been here so much, he could be a co-host.
Yeah.
Oh, I am?
You get your check.
Yeah, I get the same pay you get, right?
Yeah, check the mailbox. It's that time of the year, and you get up there, the kids that are underserved. We're going to talk about Toys for Tots first. The kids that are underserved and in needy, people are putting in requests for them as we sit here.
Yes.
And if I'm right, this starts on Wednesday of this week.
It started on Monday.
I said Wednesday
Yeah.
because we're taping on a different day. So the folks that are watching right now for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, is that right?
No, Wednesday of this week, next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
I got you. That's what I said. No,
8 to 3.
I didn't have that written down, but I want to make sure folks get it. And they go this time, they go to the meeting center in Anniston, right?
Yes.
City Meeting Center, like 16th and Noble Street, something like that?
Yeah, it's 1615 Noble Street.
Okay. And they got to go up and fill out an application.
Yes.
And the application consists of the age of the child, the sex of the child, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And why there's a need, right?
Yep.
Okay. And the way I've seen it in the years is there'll be bundles over here for a girl that's 13 years old, a bicycle for a girl that age or whatever, toys for that age person, and it's in that person's name.
Yes.
And so it's not just throw them out there and go get a bunch of toys. It's specified for that,
Right.
that individual.
Specified for each child. Age, gender.
All right, let me put you on the spot. Where are some of the locations they can donate?
They can donate. There's so many of them around the county. You can go to any Dollar General. You can go to some of the independent car lot dealers have them. I can't mention all the names of those. You can go to
Well, see, there's some. The reason I'm asking that, there's some out Toys for Tots that are not the same ones that you do. You got done. Dan, you remember that when they were?
Yes, I do, yeah.
And that you talked to that point because there was other Toys for Tots that are not the ones.
We have
we're in
official
for.
Toys for Tots boxes that are setting out there with the Toys for Tots logo on it.
Yeah,
is the way
if
Dave
there was a
does it.
control room, put that flyer I gave you up there, and when you look for that little red train, I guess it is.
Yes.
That logo represents. When they get it up there, let me know and we'll.
And the
Okay, there
other
we
thing
go.
they
So
can
if
do.
you look at that, if you look at that Toys for Tots little red engine, that'll tell you that you got the right one, and don't be misled. But there's another lady named Shonda. Boy, they got S&B Cleaning, and she's
Yes.
collecting for you guys too.
yes.
Great lady, Shonda Shepherd, and any place that you can find this, I can promise you, it goes directly to the children that have requested, the families have requested for.
Yes, it does.
And what's the age limit in kids?
It's 0 to 13. We can't go any higher than that because we can't, when you get up in the age, there's too many things you want or need that Toys for Tots really can't afford to buy. So we keep it at 13 where, we can afford to buy what they need, and whatever we get from the community is what we give out to the kids also.
So you take where these drop boxes are, you'll take toys? or you'll accept money,
Yes.
and where do they give that to?
Actually, usually if they want to donate, you can go online and donate. If you donate online to the foundation, there's a thing online you can go to. You have to put on there Anniston, Alabama,
Okay, I got
to
you.
make sure it comes directly to us.
All right, now there's a phone number, and I'm going to give that because it's on the screen there too. 256-452-5981. 452-5981. They could call that number. You could tell them where to give the money.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Because that's what I want to make sure we get out there. And before we get too far into this segment, I want to go into to Dan and talk about the Young Marines. And for those of you out there that don't know about the Young Marines, I just call it a character building organization. Would I be spot
That's
on?
true, yes.
Because I remember when you started the first group here, they've been all over the United States for years. But
Yeah, 7 years ago we started our first group.
wow, been that long.
Yes, I know.
and I say I've watched some of them really grow up and grow out of stuff. I mean, the one little girl I remember had problems. All of us that's got children know that they go through a period of time when they just get really out of control sometimes. And this woman will tell you today that the Young Marines saved her daughter. That kid, and they think you know who I'm talking about. She's one of the leaders in the Young Marines, and there's a bunch of them in there that have history behind them, and it gives them ownership in something. And everybody out there that's got a kid should have a little bit of Young Marines out there. It's not being, and I got to tell you, it's not to send them into the Marine Corps, even though at least one I know of.
I have two.
Two.
Two of my Young Marines actually went in the Marine Corps.
Was
so
one of them female, wasn't it?
It's a female and a male, yes.
Wow. Yeah.
But you're right, kid. It's not a program that's out there to make sure they go in the military or anything. Our program is based on teaching, making good leadership, give them responsibilities to help them cope with today's world. One of the problems that we found with working with kids throughout the United States of America is, if you ever watch a kid when they get ready to graduate, they're scared to death when they graduate high school. The reason why is we believe that society is not preparing these kids for becoming adults.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and it's one of the big things. We're trying to get those tools where they can become responsible adults and get out there and do things responsibly and be good leaders. If they go into service, that's fine. I've had kids that's been in my program go into service. I had two of them go in the Marine Corps. I've had them go on to college, okay, and stuff like this here, which is great. We don't push one way or the other. We help them no matter which way they want to go. If they want to go into college, we look for scholarships for them. If they want to go into service, we help them get the right things for what their talents may be. Like I said, I have two, a female and a male. Actually, they went in and they graduated a week apart from person. They didn't know that, and during a hurricane, but they didn't know that. And both of them are still on active duty today, and both of them are Lance Corporals.
I watched some of them. I think one of your grandson, the little fellow, and they get ribbons just like they do in the military. They get rewarded for their efforts. And I remember a story I think it was like the first group that you went through there, and they were doing some agility thing, running, and one of them was dragging behind, and one of the best runners saw that guy dragging behind, backed it up. He had a chance to win, backed it up, and put his arm around and carried him through.
And that's what we teach them. To give you an example here, just a little over a month ago, the kids saved up money, went to yard sales and all that kind of stuff to get money to do what they call a mud run over in Pell City here. Mm-hmm. And the kids, what we did was, it was a team building thing. We had 16 young Marines there with their parents too, which was a good thing. We all started together and finished together 5K mud run. And it was obstacles, and they helped each other over them, make sure it was safe for the smaller kids to get over, all that stuff. And that's part of what we try to teach them, okay? Like I say, is that it's not a military-oriented thing as far as that goes, but we try to have fun that way and other ways too.
Well, when you challenge them against whether it's either it's something educational or something out there, agility, it all comes out to teach them to deal with life. We got to go to a break. Come back, got more with Dan and Dave. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. We're talking with Dan Long and Dave Grice, and we're talking about Young Marines and Toys for Tots. We're talking about my pretty pen. Can y'all see that pretty pen? There's a website. That's why I want to get the pen. There's a website out there that you could get in touch with Toys for Tots, and it's www.toysfortots, one word, toysfortots.org, and then it'll give you questions over the location, and you'll put in the Calhoun County?
Put in Calhoun County.
Calhoun County, okay. And you put that in there, and that way your donations can go to them or whatever. But when you see these boxes out there for the Toys for Tots, realize that may be the only Christmas that some kids have.
Yep.
And I can say in the past, I have got some help for somebody that was down and out, and both of them were working, and they just run at the end of it, and they had 3 or 4 kids, and they was not going to have any Christmas at all because they didn't go apply for anything like welfare and all that stuff. So, but I can tell you there's some real happy kids after I visited your location. I got some bags to put them in there. That was the only Christmas them kids had. And you would have thought that their family had $1 million because they really and I got to say, these were quality stuff. This is not junk. This is not the little toy ponies and stuff like this. This is real stuff. Dan, back to the Young Marines. I want to make sure that people understand when do you have new cycles? When is the best time to
I set out new cycles based on input from how many people want to sign up. Right now, we do have what we call recruit training going on. I have kids that will be graduating at the end of this month, become Young Marines. That will give me a total of 26, okay, in the unit. But it just depends. I get a list. You call me, you get a list, get on my list and stuff. And when we get so many of them, then me and my wife is my adjutant, and my other adult leaders are involved in the program, sit down and work out a schedule, what's best for us to start the training. Because the training is a 26-hour training session, and it takes about 5 straight weeks to get it done. So we set up that. We try to do at least 2 per year based on the volume of kids that want to sign up for it.
But they do on November the 12th at 11 o'clock. If folks want to see what Young Marines are like, they can come up to Centennial Memorial Park.
Oh yeah, one of the greatest things that we do with the kids, and I really enjoy it, I know you do too, and I know Dave does too, is we teach them what the value of is to supporting their community and different things, especially for Veterans Day, Memorial Day. And as you know, you turned over the Fallen Comrade ceremony to the kids, and they love doing it, and they take pride in it.
And the people I had on last week with the equestrian people from down at south of Talladega on Highway 21, on the 10th, they're going to be performing down there with those folks.
Yes, we're going to. They called me up. She called me up and wanted us down there for the tribute to the amputee veterans. That's going to be down there. She wanted us to do a color guard, and we're going to do the Fallen Comrade ceremony to start their ceremony off down there. That's on the morning of the 10th. Then the kids are going to Fort Payne that afternoon for the evening to do a color guard for the Marine Corps League. Okay, then the next day on the 11th, they'll be in the parade, which is in the afternoon, and of course on the 12th, we'll be at the wall doing the ceremony down there for the veterans down there.
And they do destruction of unserviceable flags.
We do that, yes. We're in the process of trying to get that set up.
Such a blessing to the community, but they are growing into, you can see their character build, but how proud they are to stand out in front of those people and do the Pledge of Allegiance and do the Fallen Comrade ceremony, the things they do. If it's nothing but taking a glass of water to an elderly person in the audience, you can see the pride they've got in themselves.
And one of the greatest things we did this last Saturday was we have two young men that got promoted to Staff Sergeant. That's a high rank in the Young Marines, one of the high ranks, just like in the Marine Corps. They have to go through a lot of training to get to that point. Not only that, there is this weekend we was in Huntsville. The Young Marines celebrated their birthday. They had their birthday, which is the 17th of October, but they had a ball up there for the regiment, and we went to that. And then Sunday during the day, 2 of my Young Marines actually participated in going for battalion and regimental Marine of the Year. They didn't make it, but the honor is just being there, going through it. It's really unique to watch the kids from other areas and them to get together. Even though they're in competition with each other, they're friends too, so they help each other out. So
I've noticed that, and So you said staff sergeant is a high thing.
Well, it's not the highest rank they can make, but they just
Yeah,
make
but in the
staff.
Marine Corps, but see, I was a buck sergeant in the Army. That's
I know,
equivalent
okay.
to what, a colonel in the
No,
Marines?
yeah,
I
right.
don't know how that works. I'm just
See,
kidding.
a buck sergeant might be a POC in the Marine Corps.
You got me. Oh, I'm not here, but the Toys for Tots. If someone out there, a company, wants to sponsor Toys for Tots, can they do that? Can somebody call you and say, I'm with ABC Company and I'd like to be a sponsor for Toys for Tots?
Yes, yeah, we need the community to do that kind of stuff, the businesses to get together and help us, because the more businesses we get that helps us out, you know, the more we get and the more the word gets out to people. A lot of people have heard what Toys for Tots, the name, but they don't really know exactly what we do.
Yeah, you know, somebody that we all know together is somebody that's a Marine after you take the taxes away, Eli Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
Eli tells the story, and it run at Anderson Star several years, just around Christmas time, because it's his story. And he tells about from a large family, without the Salvation Army, they wouldn't have had any kind of Christmas. And I've noticed over the years with the Toys for Tots, since it started here, that it has not replaced Salvation Army, but boy, I'm telling you, I've seen what it's done for many in the community, and y'all got to be proud of what you're doing in that there. So
It takes a lot. We did almost 2,000 children last year.
how many
Almost 2,000 children last year.
from Calhoun County?
Well, we do Calhoun and Talladega.
Wow.
We done both. It was almost 2,000 children we done last year. We hope to do better this year. You know, the community comes together. You know, they give us what you need. Sometimes you're short on toys, and you can really go on the TV or on the radio, and the community will always come together and give you what you need.
What about before we run out of time? What about people that can volunteer to help assemble toys and stuff?
Well, we need them. We need volunteers somewhere close to about the last 2
There you
weeks.
go. Yeah, this is what I was going to talk about, because I know I'm running out of time. But one time I went down there, and as crippled as I am, I was able to help assemble a bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
Man, do you realize how hard that is? The bicycles I had when I was a kid, just a little piece of baling wire here and a nail over there, and
Mm-hmm.
whatever. But these are,
They're complicated, yes.
well, they're state of the art stuff. These bicycles are not even built like the one I had. They got all kind of stuff on it. But like I said, it's quality stuff. Dan, keep on doing what you're doing with the young Marines, and anybody out there that'd like to be a part of it. They all got my number. But my phone rings all the time. That's the way I know they got my number. So call me. If you've missed any of these numbers I'm giving out here today, just give me a call, and I'll put you in touch with Dan and Dave. And I'll even talk to Don if we have to, if we know somebody that way. Dan, thanks a lot, buddy.
Oh, you're welcome,
and
buddy.
Dave,
You're
good
welcome.
luck with the
Thank you.
Toys for Tots. Hope it's a whole lot better than it ever has been. We got to go to a break. Come back. Use that you can use. Welcome back to Veterans Issues. I do appreciate Dan coming in talking about the young Marines, and Dave about the Toys for Tots. Be sure and make a note of that so that we can have the best year ever. You heard Dave say that they were shooting for even better, and they had 2,000 kids they helped. Just think about that. And you can be a part of that by dropping off toys or making a donation. So I'm going to do what I can do. Now, here's something that I told you to get the pen. The Veterans Day has changed this year from the 11th. We always do it on 11, 11, and 11. This year, because the 11th falls on Sunday, I'm not going to interrupt people's Sunday school and church at 11 o'clock by having the ceremony up in the park. So what we're going to do is move it to Monday the 12th. Monday the 12th at 11 a.m. Monday the 12th at 11 a.m. As a matter of fact, the National Veterans Day for the United States is always held over in Birmingham. They're moving theirs, their parade and everything, to Monday at the same time. So they're moving to 1 o'clock on the Monday. So we remember to make that change, the 12th of November at 11 a.m. And November the 10th, the Equestrian Center on Highway 21 below Talladega, the skydivers coming in, the young Marines will be there, all kind of activities for veterans and things. If you can't miss it. Go south of Talladega on 21 and you'll see the Equestrian Center over there, and the skydivers are coming in right across the street from it. And every week I talk about the S&B cleaning. And I was talking about, this is the lady that you can give toys to also. She's collecting for Toys for Tots because her heart told her to. And it's under Shepherd, and it's S&B Cleaning Service at 256-454-4616, 454-4616. I do not get anything for that advertisement, but it's just to help you, because this is the time of year when you want to give your wife a gift or your friend a gift, or anybody, the veteran that lives by himself or whatever. Get a deep cleaning service from S&B, and that's the best gift that you could ever give someone, I promise. And and we also, I got to remind you that we're brought to you by Superior Hyundai and Classic. George was on here. George Runner was on here a couple weeks ago, and we talked about that. The Cadillac place on the hill is back again. And Hyundai place is still where it always was. And if you buy a new Hyundai, you get a $500 discount by being with a DD214. Show them your DD214, you get $500 off of the price of a new Hyundai. If you tell them you saw it on Veterans Issues, you get another $500. So, and they got other similar discounts on the Cadillac. So go by there and see the folks at Classic and Hyundai, and tell them you saw it on Veterans Issues, and you save yourself some money. Thank you. I didn't have that wrote down. I just said that. The VA hotline. I got to give that to you. It's 1-800-273-8255, and you hear the voice come on, you press 1. That is for if you know of a veteran that's in serious problems, getting ready to harm themselves. We lose 22 a day. 22 a day. And Alabama has the worst record for suicide, veteran suicides in the United States. So if you keep that number handy, 1-800-273-8255. If you need help for a veteran out there, the Wounded Warrior Alabama, 256-458-2715. Let's see, I think I've run out of time. That's what they're yelling at me. Okay, this salute goes out to everybody that's participating in Veterans Day and honoring veterans this year of any sort. And we salute you. We'll see you next week right here on Veterans Issues. Salute, we're gone.